I was curious, which character between Mary and Anita do you personally relate to the most and why?
Well, I relate to Anita most because her voice is closer to mine. She's a small town girl that, went to college, got her biology degree, and then went out to the workforce. I did some of that. I did all of that right up to the job description. Have never raised the dead. I've never really tried. I've always thought, what if it worked? What if it worked for real? What would you do with it? I mean, seriously, I have wondered about that. If you accidentally did this, Anita accidentally did this as a child, and then something has to come and help her put them back. If you lived in a world where they didn't know how to put them back, would you just be swallowed around by a cadre of little corpses? It just sounds like a bad idea. Anita's voice is mine, except she's more clever and more sarcastic than I am out loud. Give me 30 minutes and a piece of paper, I'm great. On the spur of the moment, when I'm writing Anita, I get better. Especially late in the book, I hope I never get mugged. Because I know what will fall out of my mouth is Anita lines, and she's better on than I am. Mary was purposely done as a change of pace from Anita. I purposely wanted a voice that was different, and I got that. I worked hard for that. But because I made her voice different, she's harder to relate to. She lived in Fairy Court. Her father was immortal. All the immortals are immortal till they die. I realize that. But it's Anita. Mary is hard, and the school is short. Mary is a harder sell for me. Not so much anymore. Sorry, Brian. I'm trying to find a comfortable place to sit or just move my ankle. It's getting harder. No, Anita is easier, closer to my voice. But Mary has less issues. So I have less issues than Anita because Anita is still under 30. She's stuck. I think by the time she hits 40, I will be in a walker. And so Mary is that over 30 when you kind of relax and kind of accept yourself. So, both. All right, other questions? Yeah.
Now that the graphic novels have come out and we not only see the characters in our heads but on paper, do you think it will be more challenging to make the transition to television and have it be satisfying for everyone?
The transition to television will harder to be satisfying than it was a graphic novel. Well, we certainly won't be able to do minute control of the television show because there will be thousands of people involved. The more research that my husband and I have done into how television works and how it's made, the more we despair of ever controlling it. No one controls this. I've asked people that have worked in this business for decades, and all I have learned is that no one knows how it works. And no one knows why it works one day and doesn't work the next. And no one knows why one thing is a hit and the other thing sucks. You can start with a great script, and the movie can suck. You can start with no script at all. Pirates of the Caribbean. And they didn't have scripts. They started shooting without script. And it was a great movie. They started shooting without a finished script on, not the Maltese Falcon, Casablanca had no finished script when they started. It's a great movie. So there's no magic formula as to why it works. So, you have to just trust that the people you're working with know what they're doing to a certain point. Because I certainly can't work a camera and see a movie. I can now see the graphic novels in my head, but I can't look through the camera and really know what it's going to look like on a screen. That is the talent that I have not yet gained. So you have to trust other people. I'm not big on trust, strangely. But this one I have to take a leap of faith on. We will have input, but what if I'm wrong? Think about that. What if you had absolute control of casting? What if you fought for someone and they sucked? And it was your fault? I don't know how to cast a movie. A good example of that is The Godfather. The Mario Puzo. He did not want, oh my God, I just blanked. Someone say it louder. Okay, no, it was Marlon Brando, it was, he didn't want Al Pacino. He hated Al Pacino. loud and long, he said. He gave Al Pacino is notorious for not being good at his initial readings. And so Mario didn't want him at all. And then, of course, on screen, it was brilliant. And he went around apologizing and saying, you were right. And all I can think of is, what if I'm wrong? So it'd be great to be right. It really sucks to be wrong. And if they're going to blow it up that badly, let it not be on my head. So we'll let you know. We'll let you know when we get to Hollywoodland more, and we'll vlog about it, Twitter about it, and go, I don't know how a camera works. I mean, I maybe want it, but that's about it. All right, other questions? Okay.
I won't ask now.
Basically, with television series, I've been talking to a lot of my friends, and they don't have access to that television channel. Would there be a way to access it online later or something of that nature?
My understanding is IFC will eventually be online, but I don't know when. One of the reasons IFC wants to do this is to have other people go to their cable company and go, I want IFC. They want to broaden their audience, and they want to give the audience they already have something new and different. So that's one of the reasons they're doing it. One of the reasons they want it. They want you to go and ask your cable company to please give you IFC. That's pretty much it. All right. Oh, yes. Yeah. And then we'll try to come up closer to the front if anybody has a question.
What is the actual process you use for writing? I know every author has their own kind of way. I mean, I know Guyman kind of takes pieces here and there, and it all just becomes one magic masterpiece or whatever. But I'm just kind of curious what your actual process of writing is.
My actual process is I get up in the morning, get the kid off to school, get to my desk. I try between 8 and 9, 8:30 usually, split the difference. I work until between 11, 1 o'clock. Then I do lunch, though. I've started trying to lift weights during the day, so I usually break it at 11. And then I go back to work in the afternoon, or I start doing interviews and other business. Business is beginning to intrude on natural writing, that whole other stuff. Process, that's the mechanics. You put your button in a chair and you write. I'm a very linear writer. I start at the beginning, I write to the end. I usually know the beginning, I usually know several scenes in the middle, I usually know the ending or at least who done it, or what done it. And I write like I'm building a bridge over a chasm. I write until I run out of where I know I am, and then I begin to build one plank at a time to get to that other side. I also do the choose your own adventure story. My characters get to choose. They get to choose A, B, or C. And once they've chosen, then the plot changes for their choice. It's their life, not mine. So they should get to choose, don't you think? If they're going to be screwed royally, shouldn't they pick it? So very linear, but I plot the mystery out. I will plot some things out. I will plot where I put the clues, but I do not plot minutiae. If I plot too much out, then I feel like I've already written the book. I know several writers like that. If you over-talk it, or over-plot it, or over-write notes, then the impetus to write is gone. So that's it. And when you ask that question, most people want to know, how you write. Is it how you can do it yourself, kind of thing? No.
Just the process of like you said, with the linear. I know some people just take the story and go with it, or pick pieces. So you answered.
Well, and also I usually have an image that starts an idea, and it usually doesn't end up in the book strangely. It doesn't. It's like the first time you see that person, that special person across the cafeteria, and you go, I must date this person. And have you ever noticed how often, when you finally do, whatever you saw wasn't there? Oh, come on, yeah. And books are like that. What you thought you were going to get when you actually get into the book is so different because it changes. Real life changes your fantasy. It just does. Most of the time it makes it better, but it always makes it more confusing. Okay, other questions?